right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages. It's time for game one here in the group qualifier stage of King of the Sea 14.
Woohoo!
Woo! All right, let's talk about lineups here. Spawning in green to the north, we have YOLOK. Fielding, get this lined up so I can actually see the lineup. There we go. Fielding Conqueror Kremlin, Goliath Moskva Nevsky, a Stalingrad of their own, fronted by Gearing, Ragnar, and Marceau.
Wow, okay, nice. And then over on Team BRF.
BRF.
We like to go BRF. This is, what is it? Is Brazilian front... I can't remember the full name.
Brazilian something or other. I forget. I looked at it and forgot it, so I apologize.
Yes, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, cool. It's a Brazilian team.
It is a Brazilian team.
So we've got a Shikishima, a Montana, Napoli, Moskva, Nevsky, Stalingrad. We've got a Shimakaze that is running 12-kilometer torpedoes, a Vamp Deuce, and a Daring rounding out their destroyer lineup.
Indeed. We've been starting to see, this is something that I've been sort of waiting on for a while, Zath. I'm starting to see more and more Vampire Deuce filtering its way into competitive play. It's a ship that I've long felt was kind of underutilized by the competitive community, and it's starting to make some inroads. And I'm not sure if that's because the 12-kilometer radars are starting to be kind of pushed away from so many of the team lineups, in the sense of they're starting to be restricted and you're starting to see fewer of them. But I don't know. But even in this matchup, like there's three 12-kilometer radars on each side of the map.
Sure. And, I mean, the Vamp Deuce brings a lot to it. Of course, it's got that creepy, crawly smoke that allows you to pop out, fire, and then get back into smoke if needed. It's got the, kind of self-protection hydro, if you will, which makes it more comfortable in close torpedo jousting situations. But it does lack something that a lot of Tier 10 destroyers have, and that would be a heal.
Yes, it does indeed. And that is definitely something that we've seen get taken advantage of. I watched, was it last weekend, one of the very first games we watched a Daring, a very good Daring player, continually push and harass and punish an opposing Vampire 2 because he knew he could outlast him.
And, I mean, that's where it comes into play, the importance of knowing the ship that you're playing, having experience in it, all that good stuff. And I got to say, I noticed something. You did not mention it, I believe, earlier at the top, and that is that everybody's using a press account now. So there is, there's no accounting for, oh, I didn't have a 21-point captain, or I didn't have signal flags, or whatever.
Nope. None of these things are relevant anymore. Now we watched 8fac's Vampire there. His hydro pushed Wingsfan's Marceau out of mid. I think that's going to allow them to cap mid. Up north, we're seeing Kawa's Shimakaze on the verge of capping A right as Talon's Gearing steps in. And down south, we're going to have Ragnar versus Daring. And, well, quite a bit of radar down there for both teams. Well, I'd say YOLO has more radar for sure. They got the Stalin and the Moskva. Yep.
Nice Shimakaze doing the radio location torpedoes. It's a nice wall. It probably won't hit anything, but, sometimes you just go fishing and you catch something.
Possibly not. It's a question of whether or not they have the range to hit the Goliath.
Yep. Early shells being exchanged now over at Charlie Cap as both sides are kind of just pumping the brakes for a second and saying, wait a minute, let's assess the situation before we show our broadsides.
We had a bit of, I think that was a Stalingrad or a Shikishima salvo on Suparaman. Here's Moskva as he pushes up in this gap. He was spotted, took a salvo, didn't take a lot of damage out of it.
No, that was Cannonball Stalingrad. I watched those shells come in.
Yep. Bit of a missed opportunity there, perhaps. They do manage to get a fire on him. As Skamono's Goliath up, where is he? He's down south? No, up north. I think he did take one of those torpedoes, Zath. Or he's just on lots of fires.
I did see the Goliath get a chunk, so it could be a torpedo, could be got slapped by the Shikishima.
It could be. Possibly one of both, but I know those torpedoes were heading in a direction that he had the possibility he might have taken one.
Shadow Wolf is using his Ragnar radar to ensure he can get the sea cap there, as Pedro is forced off in the Daring.
So just like that, both teams ticking up a cap. B remains contested as Wingsfan and 8fac sitting here having a staring contest on either side of this island. Now, I think they're proxy spotting each other.
I was just going to mention that. They're just angrily proxying each other.
Yep. Staring at each other angrily through an island, pointing at each other in the Spider-Man meme. You! No, you!
That's right. That's right. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Leosan's Moskva here, because Skimono's Goliath is in a pretty good position to just keep farming him down, along with Pit Viper's Conqueror. And here comes some Conqueror shells right now. Ooh. Could have been worse.
Gearing and Shima trading shots up at A. Kawa's Shimakaze coming off the worst for it. Some Goliath shells falling in as his engine is out. But it looks like he's dodged the worst of those. He does take one. Now the Daring contesting C. That's Pedro.
And this is what I was expecting to see with today. Is just a lot of teams putting cap pressure early and throughout the whole battle. Neither team willing to basically just concede a side of the map.
No, it's too early for that, right? You just and generally when you see like all-in strategies, they don't usually work. So Pyroman's Moskva pushing up against Toko's Montana down at CZAT. This is a bit of a ballsy play.
I was just about to mention, I'm curious about the decision to put the Kremlin and Moskva together for YOLOK. Generally speaking, you want to spread those out more to try to get yourself some good firing angles.
I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this Moskva's position, Zath, because if I'm the Shikishima, I am looking to move up and get this shot, right? And now the Vampire Deuce's AP coming in, doing some decent work here as well.
Well, he just got slapped by something, too. I think that might have been the Stalingrad. I thought it was a Shiki, but he's behind the island there.
I doubt the Stalin's shells can make it over that island with those railguns, and it's 26 kilometers to Cannibal Stalingrad, so I doubt he can make that, but could be.
Oh, look at Wingspan pushing through now at B. Wingspan taking this Marceau, saying, to hell with you, to hell with your Hydro, I don't care, get out of here.
Here it comes. 8-Fac trying to dodge the torpedoes. He's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but at what cost? Triple teamed.
Pushed.
He takes one up the butt.
Teamed. Yep. Doesn't have the support there. Wingspan does, and that is all she wrote. YOLOK going to be able to pick up B here, more or less uncontested.
That was a well-timed push. The realization that most of BRF was on the sides. Wow. Good execution.
Very coordinated because BKEP's Nevsky moved up, Wingspan pushed, and he only did it after Arden's Kremlin was also there with his guns looking through. Arden taking some punishment for that, though. A Shikishima salvo coming in on him as he moves up.
Now, Superman in the Moskva is about to go down. There he goes at C.
Yep. I didn't like that position when he took it. He probably would agree with me now.
Yeah.
Just too many people shooting at him too far forward. It didn't feel like it was necessary for him to be that far forward, Zach.
Well, but that's okay because YOLOK is going to respond with their own Moskva killing as Leosan is quite low over at A. He's got a heal coming up right about now, so some of that will buff out.
Well, let's see. His heal is ticking, but a lot of shells falling in, and the Goliath Zath is a really good matchup against this Moskva.
Oh,
yep.
Arden
Kremlin with the cross salvo.
Yep. See, and that's what I was talking about earlier with the Kremlin. You take the Moskva, you take the Kremlin, you put them separate from each other so that they can generate those crossfires.
Yep. It's a very hard-fought game so far. We're only 8.5 minutes in.
Did you see that? Did you see that Shikishima salvo from Mora on the Kremlin?
I saw it go out. I didn't see it land, but it looks like he took about 20K or so.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's hurting from that one.
Arden paying the price for his lack of vision. See what I did there?
Or perhaps his good vision.
Or perhaps his good vision here. They're going to drive Pedro off the cap. Pedro had almost completely picked up that cap for BRF, but they've driven him off now. YOLOK only ticking up points out to about a 100-point lead here as Talon's Fire's gearing is now back onto A because Kawashima is really beat up. So that's a huge risk for him to hang around that cap.
Well, and that's the problem for BRF is they really don't have any destroyer staying power anymore, other than Pedro and the Daring. But he's not able to do anything down there. So
Cal was lit by radar. He's about as soon as somebody shoots at him, he's going to go out. I'm going to say the Conqueror is shooting at him. The Marceau is shooting at him. He's bound to take an extra shell or two here. There he goes.
Yeah, he will torp Pit Viper's Conqueror. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill him.
No, I don't think. Oh, very close, though. Kawa had two back-to-back really good
torpedo
salvos.
He's going to flood out.
Because he hit him. He hit Viper earlier with a torpedo. Viper repaired it.
Wow.
There he goes. They do get the flood out kill right there. That's a big one. They need those points.
Yeah, Pit Viper's DCP and heal were both down, as Mora now is going to have a torpedo dodging minigame.
Have a look between B and C as Arden's Kremlin is about to be in point-blank range with Barto's Napoli.
Ooh.
The Napoli torpedoes may be coming into play here because Arden's not going to be able to survive that. And Barto's declining. I think he's waiting for the Shiki to finish him off.
And
Assuming
that's
the Shiki can get shells over?
Shiki, he might be able to. I don't think so. Yeah, I kind of wish he would have just gone for it, but, you know, that would have looked cooler.
I gotta say, Pedro's daring in that position at the bottom end of C is being incredibly effective. He's had lots of great salvos with his guns. Montana salvo coming in on Arden, that'll put him
there. It is. There it goes. So that's all Barto needed to do was just sit there and look menacing.
Yep. Just like that, BRF back in the game. They're up a significant amount of health, Zath, because both YOLO battleships are off the board. BRF still has theirs very comfortably well in hand here.
It's
YOLO
interesting.
with a lead, but yikes.
Yeah, yikes indeed. It's interesting, that level of change. I mean, it looked really good for YOLOK earlier with Wingspan pushing through B and grabbing it. But the problem, I think, is too much was given up after that key play. Losing the Conqueror, ouch. And then, the Kremlin too.
I'm inclined to agree. Cal sold his ship, but he sold his ship dearly. Trading that thing for the Conqueror was actually a really good move because, I mean, how many times have we seen Conquerors? Conqueror's hard to kill. That's a hard ship to get off the board.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is. And, you know, this makes me think of, like, clan battles. You know, I would play a bunch. I know you've played too, where, you know, you get that initial kill, or you get that big kill, and you're like, yeah, we got this, you know, and the morale's like, and what happens? Like, before you know it, people start dying all around you, and you're like, what the bleep just happened?
Oh, no, Zath, watch out for the Nevsky. Oh, that wasn't nearly as big a hit as I thought. BCAP tried to smoke him up into this position.
Yeah, I see
He has to hide behind the island from the Stalingrad, but doing so allows the Shikishima, gives him free shots in the smoke because Stalin had him radared. Now he's hidden in there, but for how long?
Well, until he feels like coming out, which won't be for a while, I think.
I don't know. The Shikishima looks like he's going to cap B uncontested. YOLO up a little over 100 points, but you can't feel comfortable like that's going to last.
Wingspan getting the last, literally 5 seconds from cap, 6 seconds from cap, gets the decaps. And now Mora's like, well, damn it. That's it for him.
Talon taking a huge risk here, opening fire with the guns. I don't know why you would do that right there. But he did.
Yeah, even overpens, those 20 inches are going to hurt.
I mean, he's going to put some torpedoes into the Shiki, probably just 2.
There's one.
Yep, second one's going to come in, and I think going to catch him on the belt, but it's probably going to cost him his ship. Yep, there he goes.
He dodged the second torpedo. He only took one. Mora only took the one.
He only took one.
But Cannibal, though, is going down right here. And just like that.
Another kill for YOLO, but the gap on health is still significant. BRF up over 100,000 health. Both their battleships still on the board.
That's right.
Now there goes the backup Stalingrad. I gotta say, Zath, I liked YOLOK's positioning, but like you, the battleship play, it feels like they threw them away almost. Not the Conqueror. The Conqueror's position I liked. He just got kind of a little outplayed with the Shikishima there. I'm sorry, with the Shimakaze.
With the Shimakaze.
But the Kremlin position, that I kind of wondered. I was like, why is this guy up here where he is? Wingspan with the hero resets on B yet again.
That's right.
Ensuring his team holds onto that 60-point lead.
Yep, and that's so crucial right now, especially when you're down a ship. You have to find a way to get the enemy to come to you where you want them to come.
Watch these Nevsky torps going in on Matamora's Shikishima. He might take one in the stern.
It's just looking at that.
Like they're a little behind, but he's going to take one, I think, back in the steering gear. Does take a flood.
That's right. Now DCP is down for 44 seconds.
Mora flooding and burning. Heal coming back in 6. He's going to barely scrape by on about 5,000, 4,000 HP when that heal picks up.
That's right. And that's huge. Had he gone down there.
Question is, can he out-heal the incoming damage? It looks like he barely can. The flood's still ticking, but the fire is out now.
This is the part where I'm sure YOLOK is saying to BCAP, do you have radar? Do you have radar? Because Skamono is Goliath just ready to just rain down on the Shiki.
BCAP in an incredibly uncomfortable position here, trapped between Napoli, Montana, and a Shikishima
Oof.
in his face.
Nice torpedoes on
Good
Barto
torps on
Grande's
Barto.
Napoli.
Yep, from Wingspan. The health gap now down to only 70,000. BCAP's Nevsky still alive, but starting to come under concentrated fire. I didn't say he was alive for long, but at the moment he's still in the game. The next time the Shiki pulls the trigger, he's dead. He does get a fire on Matamora.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to switch to the AP here, Zaf.
There
I feel
it
like
is.
he's dead. No.
Oh. RNG says no.
Stern guns haven't fired. Now they have.
There they go.
I feel like he should have swapped to the AP right there. He did get the fire, and it burned for a little bit, but I still feel like he could have gotten that kill with some AP full pins up near the bow.
Yeah, who knows? In a situation like that, you just use what you got loaded, in my opinion. You know.
5 minutes to play. YOLOK on the back foot, but let's see if they can claim these kills. They do back the Shikishima. That's a huge one.
And Barto's probably going to go down too.
They need to convert the kill on Barto Grande.
And while that's happening, they also have to set up for the Nevsky that's pushing.
Indeed. Now, I'm not sure how they're going to get back in this game, Zath, because while they do have a lead with 4 minutes to play, I don't think, let's see, if they lose a ship, the lead will probably flip back. As it is, we're 5 minutes from a BRF win.
Now,
which
Shadow,
tells me that the lead change will happen well before then.
Yep, Shadow is completely out of heals, so what you see is what you get with him. Which means he's got to play it very carefully, as Chakalm's Nevsky just says, nope, I'm going to see you and end you right here.
I'm a little surprised that Shadow's still in the game, but he is for the moment down to 2,000 HP.
Yeah, I feel like he loitered a little bit too long there. To me, the key is getting Skamono's Goliath in front to deal with the Nevsky. And that hasn't happened. As you can see, Skamono is turning away in the Goliath way too early, in my opinion. And
17 health for Shadow Wolf.
17.
They have to preserve this ship. He needs these shells to miss. They don't. So now, YOLO must convert the kill on this Nevsky, Zath, if they want to stay in this game. They've got to do it. And even then, I'm still not sure it's going to be enough. Goliath should outspot him. So I don't think the Nevsky's going to be able to stay dark. Well, he can if he stops firing. But he's not. He's going to stay.
He's going to keep firing.
He's going to stay on it. He's going to keep firing.
Skamono is also out of heals, by the way.
That's a big problem for him.
So that probably explains a little bit why he was taking such a kite away, careful stance in that earlier engagement.
I would have done the same thing. He's just about down to maximum maximum AR as the Montana shells fall in. They miss.
They just miss.
More of those big HE shells going in on the Nevsky. We've had a lead change. 2 minutes on the timer. I'm afraid even if they convert this kill at the right time, it won't be enough, Zath.
No. I mean, we're talking 3 minutes. Wingspan basically needs to pull another hero play out of his butt. And I just don't see that coming.
He basically has to.
I mean, if you look at it, Pedro's got his Hydro up and running. He
knows. If Skamono goes down, that's the game, and he does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Pedro knows
BRF's
basically.
Gonna claim this game.
He knows his Hydro is going to last long enough for the game to end. So here comes the duel.
Yeah. Wingspan now trying to make a game of it here, just seeing what he can do here at the very end.
And I'm just setting up for my death pick.
Yep.
Good, smart play, though. Look at that.
Yep.
AP from Pedro.
Yep. Just now switching to the HE. He was firing the AP for a while. It took him a little bit longer to make the swap. Is Wingspan going to win this duel? No, but it was close.
It was very close, actually.
Closer than it probably should have been, but BRF with the win here in game one.
That's right. Let's set BRF as the winner. Get you guys that sexy winner screen. And then pardon us for a moment. We're going to try to figure out what's going on next.